Hi, welcome to Unhinged Lunatic. Now, you're probably wondering why my page is called that, and it's for a couple of different reasons. My actual name is Stephanie, but I considered myself as an unhinged lunatic because that's how most of my doctors have seen me because of the different issues that I have had. I have had a lot of physical symptoms, mental symptoms, emotional symptoms, all sorts of different types of symptoms. I have been to a multitude of doctors. I have been to cardiologists, neurologists, oncologists, maybe not oncologist, I can't remember. Uh, I've been to probably 30 different doctors within the past, say, like 2 years. It has been absolutely insane. It wasn't that, like, I just it just kind of like I got into a wreck or something and I need to go see a doctor. It wasn't anything like that. I've had symptoms since like 2014, and so as years went on, little bitty things were coming out. And then it wasn't until 2021, which is what I'm hearing from a lot of different people right after the pandemic and everything else. A lot of people having these weird after COVID symptoms. It's COVID, it's whatever the case is. Or they just think that they're going absolutely batshit crazy. I am the unhinged lunatic. Every doctor that I went to looked at me and was like, "We've already tested for that, you're fine. We did the blood work, it's fine. Your potassium's a little low. Maybe that's why you're having a little bit of palpitations." Just every doctor that I've been to has legitimately looked at me like I was crazy. And so I've started believing I'm crazy. There is something wrong with me. I've even told my own therapist I'm going to end up in a nut house and beating my head against a wall somewhere because I can't take this anymore. I am getting gaslit by these doctors, and I have this multitude of symptoms, and I'm not getting any answers. So what do doctors do when they don't know? They give you the diagnosis of things that don't have an actual test for it. I will give you the description of the few things that I have been diagnosed with, and clearly now I'm starting to see it in a different light because I was constantly looking for an answer. Like, why am I constantly dizzy? Why do I feel like I'm going to pass out all the time? Why am I getting this derealization, this depersonalization, this weird, the ending doom feeling? Like, why do I feel like I am dying all the time? There's something wrong with me. And this is all that I have said for over 2 years now. Because, like I said before, my symptoms weren't that bad. They were here and there. I had been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And in Florida, I got diagnosed with white matter disease and told I had 5 flipping years. Like, here, I found out that I do have white matter disease, but it's very minimal. It's not going to do anything. It's not progressing. It hasn't progressed in years. It's nothing that I should be like, "Oh my god, I am dying." But these doctors keep filling you more. It's like they feed off of you. So if you're like, "Oh my god, my stomach," they're like, "Oh my god, we need to check, make sure you don't have GI issues, you don't have this issue, you don't have that." They feed into it. Why? Because they're making money. Let's think about this. That's why. But anyway, all of these doctors are looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm like, "Look, I'm sitting here and it feels like I'm doing like this. Like I'm sitting on a flipping boat and I am just sitting here." Like even now it's happening, but I'll get to that later. I feel like I'm on a boat. I can be sitting here and then all of a sudden it's like I try to do something and my body jerks forward. Like I am losing control of my bodily functions. There is so many different things that has been going on. I have literally felt like I'm going crazy. I'm a lunatic. I am going nuts. I have been gaslit by so many doctors just telling me, you're fine, there's nothing wrong with you. We can't find anything, so we don't know what to tell you. That in itself is debilitating. You're sitting here like, I feel like this, and nobody's believing me, and I don't know what to do. I'm going to die because nobody believes me, and nobody believes that this is really happening to me. It's very sad, and that in itself makes it worse. If you're like me, and this is where I'm getting to the point that the reason why I'm making this page. If you're getting to the point to where you're like, okay, well, if I do that, I'm gonna get overheated. I'm gonna pass out. If I stand up and I go from here to there, I know I'm gonna get dizzy. Like something bad is going to happen. Or for me, it was legitimately one day I woke up and I went to stand up out of bed and I literally almost fell out. I didn't know why that happened, and it was nothing that I caused. I literally just woke up and was like, I'm gonna go use the bathroom, and all of a sudden I couldn't do it. But then it started getting me to, well, if I roll over in the bed too fast, then it's going to make me, because here recently I just figured out that I had vertigo really bad, and they just readjusted me and it fixed it. So I was starting to have these issues of, well, what if I do that? Well, if I go outside, I'm going to get overheated, and then I'm going to pass out. And then I even got so bad that I'm like, okay, well, when my feet hit the floor and I'm sitting, all the blood rushes to my feet, so my brain's not getting enough blood, and I'm going to pass out. So then I got in the habit of wanting to sit with my legs in my lap, which I'm doing in this very moment. You get into this vicious cycle of what ifs. What if that happens? Oh my God, we're in a car. What if? Okay, so back to what ifs. Sorry, I had to take a break for a second. You get into this cycle where you're constantly seeing the world as a lion in the corner. If I walk from here to there, I'm going to fall. I'm going to have a seizure. I'm going to stop breathing. I'm going to have a heart attack. I'm going to this. I'm going to that. So you stop doing those things. You stop doing them. Much like me, I stopped doing everything. I was legitimately bedbound for about 6 months. And prior to being bedbound, my body was working up to that bedbound because I would get up and I would go get something to eat and I would feel a little, whoa, what the hell is going on? And then it was just small little things. Or if I would eat something in particular, I would get like really hot. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'm allergic to it. I don't know. So then I stopped eating certain types of food. I stopped standing up so much. I stopped taking a shower. I would just sit in the bottom of the bathtub. Like, to do everything to, like, feed on this fear that I had. It made me worse. But then I've noticed when I've been pushed out of my comfort zone, or when I've had to do something in particular, like communicate with a neighbor or go to like some small event like a kid's concert or something like that, I noticed that like I was able to walk from there to there and I was okay. I didn't want nobody to see me in a wheelchair, so to speak. So I was like, I have to walk. This is just embarrassing. I can't do it. I started noticing little things that I could do. And this is where the next part of this is going to come in. Because then I'm going to explain to you how I transitioned that what if, oh my God, into if I fall, I fall. So if you want to continue to listen and you want to learn about all of these different disorders, and not necessarily any disorders you may have, but just different things that it could be, such as anxiety, DPDR, triple PD, several different things, that's manageable. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and watch out for my next video.